Hello everyone! Each week I'm going to be sharing picks for every game, along with betting values that I see and what I'll be taking. And I'll also be keeping track of the results each and every week so you can see what's working and what's not, so you don't have to do it yourself. So we're going to start here. Thursday, it's coming up, and we have the Cowboys going to Philly to take on the Eagles. Cowboys are an underdog. Eagles are a heavy favorite by almost a touchdown. Everyone knows Micah Parsons gone, and Dallas's ability to put the pressure on quarterbacks is going to go down. They have Kenny Clark now, but he wasn't 100% healthy last season, and they're going to need him a lot, especially if they're going to stop Hurts and Saquon. But Philly just has too many weapons on a proven offense, and they're a lot more balanced on defense. And last year, the Eagles put up 75 points of offense on Dallas, where they just put up Dallas put up only 13 points. But that one game didn't include Dak, so I put the caution sign in the right because I think there's just too much juice in this game. -7, I don't like it, so I'm not going to bet on this game. Next, here we're going to Kansas City and the Chargers. This game's taking place in Brazil. The public is all over the Chargers in this one. If you Google this matchup at all, the public's all over the Chargers. This matchup has been a pretty close one, and that's probably why. But the Chiefs have won 7 or 8 straight versus the Chargers. And don't forget, Mahomes is fresh off the Super Bowl blowout, and I fully believe he will show out the division rival. And not to mention, he still has a plethora of offensive weapons. So I'm going to be taking Kansas City -2.5 here. So that money sign, we're going to be taking the Chiefs here. Next, one of the best games of the weekend, New York Giants, Washington Commanders, Russell Wilson versus Jaden Daniels. Washington is a heavy favorite, but based on the Commanders' fondness for playing close games last year, and Russell Wilson actually has a good ATS success as an underdog, this game will stay within a touchdown. And last season, Washington finished 2-0 against the Giants, but guess what? They finished within 7 points on both occasions. This is going to be one of the best games of the day, and I can't not wait to watch this. I'm going to be taking the Giants teaser. If I can get it to +7, I'll take it. If it stays at 6.5, I'll just buy it up to 7. Next here, we're going to Atlanta. We got the Bucs and Falcons. Atlanta wisely loaded up on defense in the draft, and with one of the best offensive line in football that the Bucs have, they're going to need it. And I just see the Bucs getting up early here. Penix is going to let it rip when he's playing catch up to try and close the gap. But I think the Bucs just have too solid of a defense, and they're going to close this game out. I'm going to be taking Tampa Bay here, -1.5. Our next game here is the Panthers and the Jaguars. Don't sleep on the Panthers this year. I'm telling you what, Bryson Young had a great way to close out the season last year, and I'm still not convinced with Trevor Lawrence. And the Jaguars have issues at running back. They have ETN, but then they got Bouchal Tootin out of Virginia Tech. But I think the Panthers just have too much momentum that's going to carry into the week 1 here. They have Terriota McMillan. Chuba Hubbard's a dog. He's a sleeper. A lot of people are picking him up earlier in the ADPs for drafts. I just think this is a great year for the Panthers. I put the caution sign. I'm not betting on it, but there is value here at +140. I could totally see the Panthers, and they don't even have to travel that far either. They get to stay on the East Coast. Next, Miami Dolphins and the Colts. I don't know why the Colts are favored here. Yes, they have Danny Dimes starting, and they have a great running back in Jonathan Taylor. But outside of that, their defense isn't that great. The Dolphins have a lot of playmakers on offense. If Tua can just stay healthy, that'll determine the whole Miami Dolphins season. I'm not betting on this at all. I think this is really just a toss-up. But if I'm a betting man, which I am, but not for this game, I'm going to be taking the Miami Dolphins here to win. Next, I'm going to be watching this game, and to let everybody know here on this channel, I'm a Raiders fan, and I'm going to be taking the Raiders to win just because I'm a fan. Plus, they have a whole new, I'm not going to go into the whole Raider thing. Everybody follows the news who's watching this video. They got Genti, they got Geno. The Patriots did have a good draft, and they have Drake May, who's expected to take a step up, but I'm just taking the Raiders money line here, +115. Next, Steelers and Jets. I'm going to surprise a lot of people with this pick here. Everyone's hot on Aaron Rodgers. You can call it a revenge game if you really want. It's going to be low scoring. It's going to be ugly. There's a lot of running back questions here. Breece Hall, let's see how he does this year, And then they have a running back by committee over in Pittsburgh. and two quarterbacks. One's just starting his career and the other one's on his way out. So we'll see here. But I like the Jets at home. The Jets still have a solid defense. So I think they show out here in East Rutherford. Give me the Jets. Next, Bengals and Browns. This matchup is going to be interesting. They're both Joes. So Joe Burrow and Joe Flacco are going to be playing each other. It's going to be a higher scoring game than 44.5, I think. It's 5.5 point favorite for the Bengals. They just have too many offensive weapons. They have too many places to go with the ball. Cleveland does have a good defense, but they're not going to be able to keep up with the scoring. So for this reason, I'm going to be taking the Bengals. Next, this is going to surprise some people too. When I was looking at all the games, this one kind of stuck out to me. The Arizona Cardinals, they're not convincing of a team to honor this minus 5.5. So I'm going to be taking the Saints. Yeah, the quarterback situation with Rattler, and they drafted Tyler Shaw, but they have Kamara, they have Olave, they have a deep threat in Rashid Shaheed. And the Saints are at home. There's something special about New Orleans, NOLA. I've been there. It's a great place. I think they cover the plus 5.5, and they might even win. So mark that one on your calendar. And as we're finishing up the late games here, San Francisco 49ers, they go into Seattle. I think it's going to be the Christian McCaffrey show. I know the 49ers are injured. I know Seattle has a new quarterback, and I think that offense is going to take some time to ramp up. But the San Francisco 49ers already have that synergy on offense, and they still have a good defense. And if you look at the stats, I encourage you to Google Christian McCaffrey stats versus the Seattle Seahawks, and I'll show you why I'm taking the 49ers to win at minus 1.5. Next, rookie Cam Ward has to go into Mile High to take on the Broncos. I'm not going to get into this too much. The Broncos defense is too much. Their offense is too explosive. 41.5 points. This game's going to be 31-10, something like that. Give me the Broncos here. This is almost a toss-up. I'm going to stay away from this one. The Lions have the hardest schedule this year. Green Bay Packers. It's at home, so I think that's why they get the 1.5. Jaden Reed, receiver, the Packers, has a stress fracture in his foot. But other than that, I think Josh Jacobs and the rest of the offense is going to be warmed up. They're going to be healthy. I think they're going to be ready to play. I think there's a lot of hype on the Lions because a lot of people want to see them do well. But that's why I put the caution sign. We're going to go with the Lions, though. I really think the Lions are going to be able to overcome the Packers' early push. I think the Packers are going to try and get on the board early and often. I think they're going to go deep, and they're going to try and get a lot of explosive plays. But I think the Lions are going to prevail. And look for Jameson Williams to find the end zone too if you're into props like that. He's in a contract year. So give me the Lions. We have a few games left here. Texans and Rams. I'm going to be taking the Rams. Matt Stafford is going to play, but if he gets sacked, that could be it for the Rams this year. Too many offensive weapons and too much. They have a good offensive line. CJ Stroud was the most sacked quarterback last year in the Rams. They have a Verse. I forgot his name, but he's honestly one of the best DNs in football right now. He's like a top 10 DN, and I think he's going to cause a lot of problems on that offensive line for the Texans. Plus, the Rams are at home. I'm not going to bet on this game, but I think the Rams do win. And then we have Sunday Night Football. This could be an AFC matchup in the playoffs. It probably will. And it's honestly a toss-up. It's in Buffalo, so I'm going to give it to the Bills here. I think Josh Allen runs one and throws for two. And I think it's like a 34-28 kind of game where the Bills kind of hold off the Ravens when they try and come back and win. And then this is one of my favorite plays of the entire week. It's Monday Night Football, Vikings and Bears. Ben Johnson, is the head coach of the Chicago Bears. He has Caleb Williams now. I think Caleb Williams does take a jump this year. -1 at home. I really like it. And I think that the connection with Rome Odunze is really going to pick up because last year it was working really well. Plus they have DJ Moore, of course. But I don't trust JJ McCarthy. He, of course, injured himself, or he got injured in the preseason of his rookie season. So this is really his rookie season here. And in a close divisional matchup here in Chicago, I don't trust the Vikings. JJ McCarthy needs to show me something this year before I take any games involving the Vikings. So give me the Bears at home on Monday Night Football to wrap us up. And that's my picks, everybody. So stay tuned for next week and see how I did. And make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my picks. So thanks for watching.